Hi everybody, Wes Ory here with Heritage Lawns and Irrigation with the tip for the day. It's how to get that first green lawn on the block. It's got a beautiful end of February day, probably 55, almost 60 degrees, and people start getting a little bit antsy, want to get the lawn cleaned up, want to get things looking nice after the winter blahs. So here's your tip. First thing first, go ahead and blow the leaves and stuff out of the beds, get that all blown out into the grass. Put the bagger on the lawnmower, drop it down 2 notches more shallow or shorter than what you normally do, and then go and mow all that stuff off of there. Mow all the leaves and stuff that you just blew out. And more importantly, what you're going to do is take and mow all of this old brown stuff off, clear it out of the way so that the new green can show through real well. Now this lawn doesn't have a ton of it in there because this side is kind of shady, but the idea is still the same. Get the old brown cleared up and cleaned off of there so that the new green can show through. After that, get your fertilizer and pre-emergent put down for the season, and then probably the key around here in Kansas City is to give it a good deep soak. We usually have pretty dry winters, and this winter's been exceptionally dry, so a good deep soak will kind of get things kicked in and get it rolling. That being said, there are a couple of things that you can't fight. You can push your lawn to make it look a little bit nicer sooner, except for a couple of things. One of them is temperature. It's hard to kick up the temperature in the lawn. So your lawns that face south are going to green up sooner than your lawns that face north. So sorry about that, but those of you on the south side of the street, your front yards are never going to green up as fast as those on the north side of the street. The other side of that is the type of grass that you have is another key factor. An all bluegrass lawn is going to green up a little bit slower than a fescue lawn, and a zoysia lawn, which is a warm season lawn, will green up even slower than that. Well, that's kind of the reason that I chose this lawn, is that if you see around here on this side, this section over here in the full sun is zoysia, and it's not going to green up until May no matter what you do. So those are your keys for that first green lawn on the block. It's mow and bag off all that old brown stuff, get that cleaned up, get your fertilizer and your pre-emergent down, and then get the water going. Give it a good deep soak, especially here in the area where we've had a really dry winter. So I hope you appreciate that. That sounds good to you. Go give it a try. The other thing I would recommend is we have a new video series coming up called 4 Keys to Your Best Lawn Ever. Keep an eye open for that. That's going to be coming up real soon here, right in the middle of the month, and I definitely would encourage you to take a look at that. We'll be having some emails going out about that, and then there'll also be a link to it here on the bottom of the post. Thanks a lot. We'll talk to you soon.